Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another day of Video Down. How's it going today? Today is a very wet and miserable day, but I am early. It's 7:45 and I'm already here. I wasn't supposed to be here till like 5 to. I preempted more traffic than there was. It was actually quiet, to be honest with you. There was I didn't stop for traffic once, so happy days. He says now getting stuck in the centre of the road because of the traffic. Hallelujah! Way finally crossed the road. But yeah, so I got here earlier than I expected. I got up later as well. I got up at 6:30, kind of. I was kind of awake before 6:30, and I don't know in that scenario whether to either go back to sleep to power gain those last like 15 minutes or so, or like wake up. I don't know. I don't know the optimal scenario there. I'm figuring it out. So I tried to go back to sleep. Obviously, like only semi-drifted in and out, which is why I think it was a bit pointless. But anyway, but yeah. So I've shaved 20 minutes off of my morning. Could have shaved off half an hour if I'd have preempted the traffic. But to be fair, it does look like it's building up now. Maybe I beat it. But last night I was writing a blog post. I've got like the majority of the introduction down, which doesn't sound like much, but it's like 4 paragraphs. You know what I'm like when I'm writing blogs. They're usually bloody long, very long-winded as well. Take a long time to get to the point. This one takes a very long time to get to the point. But yeah, so I was writing that, and then I went to bed, and now we're heading into work. Today we're going to be doing deployment stuff, which is good because I can kind of just put my headphones on and just get on with it. But it's bad because I have it's bad because I seem to spend a lot of time sitting and waiting for this build server to do stuff. Like if I get in the queue behind something that takes a long time to build, it can usually like hold me back quite a lot. So I need to figure out something so that I can work. I need to find something that I can kind of on and off work on while I'm waiting for the build server to catch up, in scenarios where it falls over and stuff like that, because it is heavily used. And the problem is if like something like the questionnaire gets checked in, it takes like 15 minutes to build. That's 15 minutes of sat twiddling my thumbs, so but we'll see. Alright, let's go. Heading home again, here we are, with the same old traffic on this road. Blimey. It's literally tailing all the way to the end there. Alright, but the funny thing is, all these people, if they're going on the motorway, they're screwed, because that's the roundabout they're ruining. But if they didn't come off this way and they went the way I'm gonna go, and you want to turn left there and not right, literally it's empty. It's incredible. So I really don't mind, to be honest with you. It's legitimately, because of the junction that you come out of at in our car park, it's quicker to walk all the way down here, get in your car and go the long way around, than it is to pull out of our office's car park. How funny is that? But though, ladies and gentlemen, I will start off while I'm still driving slowly. What have we been doing today? We've been doing deployment stuff. That is literally all we've been doing. I was looking into ways of doing transforms to our app configs, and I was looking online and everyone's making out that it's really difficult and that you need to install a load of different things. But it's easy. You just feed in the XML into this XML, tell it what to transform, and it just transforms it. So it took me about half a day to figure out exactly how to call all the scripts. I think I sorted that out by about 2 o'clock. Oh, the morning we'd spent in meetings to do with when we were moving office, and yeah, if we move office, and like the business came down to have a talk to us and see how we're getting on and all that kind of boring stuff. Yeah, it's just when the business come down, it's just like being talked to by a load of politicians. They don't give you clean answers to anything. So YOLO it, boys, YOLO it. I feel like you're on a slant, and I can only apologise for that. I feel like you're bumpy. I feel like you're looking at me like that. But yeah, so that was all right. We spent the morning, like I say, in planning, and then we were working on what were we working on? All that deployment stuff. It probably took me about 2 hours, 2.5 hours tops. All these people now. I was giving them the advice, wasn't I, of going the other way. Now they're going to stop me from pulling out. Arseholes. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so it took me about 2 to 3 hours to get the transforms working on my computer. I then implemented them into the deployment scripts themselves, which then slowed me down from that point on, because I had to rely on the build server and all that kind of stuff, and I had to deal with odd debugging things that you only have to really deal with when it's on the correct environment. But after a while I got it all sorted. However, it's only working on half of the projects that we have to deploy. I don't understand why that's the case. It only works on the DMP. It doesn't work on the... it doesn't work on the DMP, but it works fine on the facade. They both, from what I can tell, are the same. So I think I've been looking at them for too long on the same day. You know what I mean? I think I've just been staring at them, and then they just become like a weird mess in your eyes, and you can't figure out what they mean anymore. So we'll figure that out tomorrow. That's a tomorrow future me problem. And now we're heading home, and I'm going to put the windows down. It's bloody warm, so I told you when I get back. It's probably not the best idea, is it, to leave my camera in the car in plain view. I was just trying to find my camera because I've just finished dinner. And I was just about to do my washing up and stuff, and I realised I needed to do a clothes wash, hence why I'm now in a pyjama t-shirt. And I threw it all in the wash, and I came back upstairs, and I'm like, oh, this water's a bit hot. I'll vlog for a little bit. And I'm like, where's my camera? And I start freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, if I just put it in the wash. If I put it in the wash, then I'm going to have to fork out for a new camera, which, by the way, I've figured out which camera I want. It's just pricey, so... yeah, but that's it. I'm having the S120. That's the camera of choice when I upgrade in future. But no, luckily, I just left you in the car. I went to my window, I'm like, I wonder if... Oh god, I'm an idiot. Run downstairs quick to get it back. But yeah, so I am now just doing some washing up. I've spent my, so far, it's just gone 7:15, which isn't particularly productive, but it takes a long time to cook this. But I've been dragged into conversations on Facebook about things that are just stupid. I've got an uncle that thinks that you shouldn't have to pay a bank back for a loan because they created the money, they never had it to give you. So just spent the afternoon, well, about half an hour or so, arguing about basic economics. So that's dealt with. It's, you know, when people just relentlessly post about that kind of stuff, just relentlessly, and you just turn around and you just flip, and you just leave one sarky little comment, and then it just spawns a huge friggin' debate, which isn't even a debate, it's friggin' one side because they're wrong. But yeah, it is 7:15 now. I've already had my dinner, sandwiches are made, and I have already put my wash in. My arms hurt from yesterday, from walking back with all my shopping. This arm is genuinely feeling the brunt of that. Now, either that was heavier than I thought it was when I was carrying it all, or I've turned into a weed since I've got a car. One of the two. But does this look like a weed to you? Bang! But yeah, so I'm going to quickly do my washing up, and then we're going to be jumping into some video editing, or am I going to be doing some blogging? I don't know, one of the two. Probably video editing, because that's probably the most time critical at the moment. That blog can go up whenever it wants. Done. So you know how long it's taken me to edit this video, right? The majority of it is legitimately just bloody, what is it, ladies and gentlemen? It is, as I'm closing tabs left, right and bloody centre over here, because I've just got friggin' YouTube open, I'm supposed to be working. It took me ages, didn't it, to get this done, and I just opened it now, and none of it had saved. But luckily, I have a bloody comprehensive backup system, which backs up most new files. So it goes through and it prioritises files based on the fact that it's just been, like, if it's changed within the past hour, it will save it to a backup. And bloody goddamn thankful for that, because I've now managed to pull back all of my edits and stuff, and I can have another go, start dragging in all my assets and things. So I've got to re-drag them in. Happy bloody birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Nope, not that one. So, yeah. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to edit this. That's what I'm going to be doing with my evening. It's going to be fun. I've actually got a lot more footage than I thought I did as well. That's good. No! I was just checking Twitter and stuff, and I realised yesterday's video didn't process. It didn't process properly. And it was just sat there. And I tried to go onto the page, and like YouTube kept giving me 500 internal errors, so something went bad with that upload. It was pretty bad. I've now just pressed re-upload and stuff. It's going to take about an hour to go on live though, so it's not going to be out till like 10. It's really crap, especially since I'm like using the internet and whatever as well. Right, I'm going to empty my washing away, which has been bone dry for bloody ages. I just couldn't be bothered to move it. And then I'm going to, my wash will probably be finished, so I'll hang that up. This is an hour of downtime, I guess, for us. But I'd just like to say a personal thank you as well to everyone that got themselves some gold with the link that I gave you all and a couple of videos, two videos ago. I'm not going to link it again because that's just insane. The inevitable slowdown video. No, not the inevitable slowdown. That's the video oh no, yeah. No, sorry. I'm getting confused because I'm now like 2 days behind on videos, even though it's only one. I gave you all a link in the inevitable slowdown video and the other video, investing in your future video, to go and buy some gold. And if you bought gold, I would get free gold and you would get free gold. And I'd just like to thank you all because like 2 videos have never ever made me so much money. It's ridiculous. I say that I've doubled the amount of gold I had. So that's awesome. Thank you very much. I think about, how many of you? 6 people? 7? 6 people? What? Yeah, 6 people got gold with that link, so it got me an extra 1.5 grams of gold. Not long, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get my gold bar and I'll dedicate it to you. But yeah, so I'd just like to thank you all. I'm not going to link it again because it's a bit... I felt guilty for linking it the second time. God damn it! But yeah, so happy days. I'm now going to have a wee break, and I'm going to put Netflix on while I sort out this kind of stuff. And then we'll be jumping into the rest of video editing. I've edited the first half. This bit's actually going relatively quickly. I'm going to sneeze. And that reminds me, I need to take more tissues to work. Hay fever has come and swung in fast. It's supposed to be really cold tonight though. I'm actually going to close my windows because while it is actually kind of warm in here, it's not going to be warm for much longer. Come on, I know I have tissues in here somewhere. No? I've run out of tissues at work, and by the looks of it, I've run out of tissues here as well, so I'm going to have to put some in my next shop. It's a ball ache. How many tissues do I have in that box? I think that box is empty as well. How is this possible that I've used so many tissues in the past? My hay fever's not hit that hard. I swear I got a pack of 4 pretty recently. Did I take 1 to work? 1 here, 2 here. That leaves 1. There should be 1 around. I do that in this place. I feel like I lose things. And then you look around and you're like, how have I lost something? But the other day I lost deodorant. Like nearly a can of deodorant. It just walked. No idea where it went. It wasn't in the bin. It wasn't anywhere else in the flat that I could see. It's not even a big flat. Where are my tissues, man? I swear I've got some tissues somewhere. Oh man, this has ruined me. I'm ruined. I'm probably going to have to swing home via... In fact, having said that, I was going to go to Sainsbury's today. I was thinking about going to Sainsbury's and putting some air in my tyre. Because I feel like it is going a bit downhill. A little bit. Someone just blatantly walked past watching me vlog there. Lol. Lola trolla lol. So the shop's open till about 10ish. Is it cheap though? What's the price currently for those packs of tissues if they're on offer? Or not? I don't know. Or no. But I think I'm going to head off out and get some tissues. I reckon that's probably a good shout. £3 for that one. £3 for 4 of the compact ones. Well, it's looking like that's the deal then, isn't it? £3 in Sainsbury's. I reckon that's an excuse to go out. I was trying to think of a reason to go to Sainsbury's so that I could go and fill up air in my tyre. I think it might be in my head, but I think I'm going to get there and I'll just put it on. It'll be fine. But I'm pretty certain that it's pulling to the left a bit because that tyre's got more grip because it's flatter. But anyway, I need to do this and then we might head on out before I get back into editing, since my computer's now uploading as well. So I can't really use the internet much while I'm uploading because I've got to upload it as quickly as possible, which means if we're going to be time efficient about this, then we need to get the video uploaded as soon as possible, because otherwise version is going to throttle my next upload, which is going to be tonight. 9 o'clock. Yeah, I need to move. Should I just go now? No, because my wash is nearly done. God, everything's kicking off. I've got a pyjama t-shirt on. 16 minutes until my thing is done. Until my wash is done. I say go now. I think that's probably the best shout, is go now. Yep, we're going now. No one can use the washing machine after me anyway, because it's going to be too late, so... Put on tomorrow's t-shirt, shall we? And go out, or pick up a new one at random. Which one should we wear? What's annoying me about this trip is that I could have done this very easily when I did my shop on Monday. And I was going to, and I ummed and ahed about it, but I was like, no, let's try and save petrol, let's try and wait a week. And now I'm going anyway. But I do need tissues. Do need tissues. I'm going to come back, I'm going to find my tissues immediately, and right, should we go? Is it worth going Tesco and Asda to try and find it cheaper? Or I'm stopping freaking out. I'm not freaking out. I'm not going to run out of time. The shops are open till 10. That's plenty of time. It's 8:45 now. I'm going to sort this out. I'm going to sort the washing downstairs out. I'm going to go, then I can head off out, go to where I need to go, pick up my tissues. And I'm thinking, the question is, do you go to the other shops to see if they've got it cheaper? Because if they don't have it cheaper, then you've wasted your time. But if they do, then you're the winner, really, aren't you? It feels like a victory. So, right, let's get rid of this quick. Right, there we go. We're heading on out now. Getting stuck behind this car who doesn't want to cross the road. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Do you remember back in the day when I didn't have a car, when I would whip round the corner, when I would sit and like my shopping would be decided by that 30-minute walk it would take me to get to Sainsbury's, or every now and again I'd walk down to Tesco, but now I can just jump in a car and go. I can just jump in a car and go. Arguably I wouldn't be going if I didn't have a car that I wanted to put air in its tyres, but that's not the point. Also as well, I feel like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the petrol's going down quicker now, this week. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm on about half a tank now. And last time, I went out to get some sugar. Last time, it took me a tank to get from Nottingham to Bristol, and then all the way to work and back every day for a month, and that used a tank. But I've already used half a tank, and I've just went to Bath once and to work every day, right? So, like, it's in my head now that either the Morrison's petrol I've used was rubbish, and that's why my fuel efficiency is down, or it's my tyre. That's the thing that's killing me. I was trying to forget about it, but every time I drive the car again, I'm reminded by looking at that dial, and I'm like, I swear that is going down faster than it was last month. Is that either A, down to the petrol, or B, down to the tyre? I don't know. Or C, maybe I'm just driving a little bit more heavy-footed. Who knows? Any of those things are a possibility. This cyclist needs to get to the side of the road, because god damn it. So that right there is why I'm going out. Because that little plague in my mind that's saying it's cheaper for me to go and drive and get petrol, drive and fill up my tyres, than it is for, if that tyre was actually being the issue, then it would, you know what I mean? If that tyre was actually the issue, then it would cost me less to drive there and get it filled up than it would be to drive for a week and then get it fueled up. So one extra journey to make all of the other journeys I have to take more efficient. Or I waste my petrol and there's nothing wrong with it, it's all in my head, and it's actually just the petrol that's crap, because it was Morrison's petrol and not Sainsbury's petrol. From now on I'm buying Sainsbury's petrol. I also think last time I got petrol, I got it just before they changed it. Not a lot of people know this, but they get different petrol over winter and summer, because it burns at different temperatures basically, and technically running the wrong petrol in your car is bad for it. But it means that if you run the winter petrol through the summer, you technically get more fuel efficiency. It could be that. Well, it might be the other way around on that though, I don't know. Either way, I'm paranoid about how much fuel I'm using, and that's why I'm going to go get some air in my tyres. And I'm going to use the excuse of looking for tissues at a cheap price in order to make myself feel better about that fact. Okay, right, rant over. This shop is 24 hours as well. I've never been to it after 10 though. I wonder how busy it is at like 1 or 2 in the morning. 2 for £2 there. I think Sainsbury's is 4 for 3, so let's go. The place is 24 hours, I can always come back. In theory as well, because I drive past these places, I'm not actually like wasting petrol checking the price of these tissues, in theory, although obviously there's other slight differences. Also, I've noticed that when I'm rushing around, my ability to hold the camera still just declines. And people like that guy there who's pushing the trolleys back don't know how to deal with someone like me just storming towards you, walking at lightning speed with my arms stretched out in front of me. And you can, it's worse at night because you can see the square, the like rectangle, you can see the screen, I can't. So to me, it's just like a black triangle, rectangle that I'm taking. But they can just see like this, a guy walking around with his arm out in front of him and a light emitting from the side of his hand. And I think vlogging was much cooler before people started taking selfies. That ruined vlogging, I think. Look how lovely my car is. Look at that one, look. Just 1 year younger, and it just looks ugly compared. God, look at that front nose compared to mine. Flip me. My car's beautiful. I love my car. I genuinely do. I freaking adore it. Right, Asda. What price you got, Asda? I need to go to Sainsbury's anyway, so it's not like I've come out of my way. So, £2 or 2 for 3. Arguably £3 for 4. But if Sainsbury's has that for the same price, then I also get 3 nectar points. I actually have some pennies off at Sainsbury's as well because my last voucher wasn't cheaper. But seriously though, my car looks so much nicer than that. I realised while I was driving up here, as I was doing 70 on the motorway, I'm doing 70 on a tyre that I think's ever so slightly flat. And I'd like to say as well, like I had a discussion with Alex on Twitter about if it was potentially a slow puncture or whatever. But I've been talking to Dad, and Dad says that it's actually quite common if you like park it on the curb all the time, or if you park on a hill. Certain tyres are just under more pressure because one's bumping up and down a curb, and then all the weight is on the back rear wheel. And while I don't know exactly how flat it is, we'll see, I guess, depending on what that is and how long it's taken to get down to this level. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. How is there always someone at that friggin' pump at this time of night, god damn it? Also, hit jackpot, ladies and gentlemen. I've got double nectar points on my next petrol stop. Hallelujah. Okay then, right, we're just heading off out now. Just filled up my tyres and sit rep. It's naughty how much better that feels. If I do that now, it actually does that instead of like half does it. I don't know. It was on 19. That's 10 pressure in about, is it 2 weeks or is it 3 weeks? I feel like it's 2. If it's 3, I don't think that's too bad. If it's 2, I think it is bad. But the others, I put them all up to 29 now instead of 29 and 28. That was on 19, that was on 28, back one was on 23, back right, which makes sense because again, the two that are under the most pressure, the two lowest, and that back left was 26, I think. So that one had the easiest ride. Yeah, I think it'll be alright for now. We'll take it to Nottingham. I might just check it every time I go and get some. Every time I take the car shopping, I'll check it. And then we'll just think about getting someone in at Nottingham to check. I don't know, to check what it's like. It does seem pretty bad though to me. But Dad says that it's completely normal on relatively old cars as well, because of the pressure they take on the wheels and because they're older and newer wheels. Like, you don't necessarily need new wheels, you just need to stay on top of it. Or even just park it in a way that means it's under less stress. That's also a solution. It's not a possible solution though, I don't think, unless I park it somewhere else. Anyway, onward and upwards, ladies and gentlemen. Back home, back to some editing. Yummy. Coming home to this warm smell of lovely washing. Used to remember at uni, used to like, you liked washing your clothes because it meant that your room would smell a little bit nicer for a couple of days. The dilemma you have, of course, is that it's actually kind of cool out tonight, but having silly heating on, not heating on, with the windows closed, it makes it a bit stuffy. So do you open a window? Do you crack it a little bit? Do you reckon? I don't know. This YouTube video is still uploading. Well, it's processing. Nearly finished. 1 minute remaining. If it actively finishes though, because last time it finished, it didn't finish. It continued. YouTube didn't like yesterday's video, even though I did. God damn it. Also, on that, I've mentioned the gold several times. I probably will mention it again. One of my friends is creating an app to track the price of gold, because all of the stock market apps or gold tracking maps on Android at least are friggin' ugly. They are absolutely hideous, and none of them have widgets. So he's making me a widget. Bless him, little cunt clocks. So I said I'd publish it for him. But it's not free. Fucking what a tight one, eh? But yeah, so he's working on that. I'm gonna get back into my video editing, and I'm actually gonna end this video now. Even though I'm ending it early and it's 10:30, and I was gonna wait till 11 to finish it. YouTube's being a bit of a dick tonight. It is. It's pissing about when it shouldn't be. It's taking a long time to do things, and every now and again I'll open up a page and it will say, oh, error 500, so internal server error, da 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 da. Someone at YouTube's wiggling a spanner about. I'm going to end the video early as a defensive attempt to protect against it. So I'm going to get back into my video editing, ready out, get uploaded, all that kind of good stuff, and I will catch you tomorrow, where we're going to go play snooker after work. So that'll be fun. We're going to go hang out with Josh and Eamon. Happy days, boys. I guess with that, I'll catch you. I might have a hot chocolate as well tonight. I've had tea for the past couple of nights, but I think I might have a hot chocolate tonight. I say that every night though, don't I? I've also said I was going to have wine, never did. I'm having wine tomorrow though, with a bit of the old snooks. I'll catch you later.